Well, well, well. Good morning, all souls, and welcome. Look at all these beautiful people. I'm so glad to see you this morning. I'm Minister Reverend Randy Lewis, and I'm joined on the chancel today by our senior minister, Reverend Dr. Marlin Lavanhar, our affiliate minister, Reverend Gerald Davis, and our program minister, Reverend Dr. Nicole Kirk. And we're so glad to be with you in worship this morning. And welcome to our online members and everywhere viewers watching from all over the world. We're so glad that you've joined us today. Now, if you're on Facebook or Zoom, please drop your prayer requests, joys, and concerns in the chat. Then in a moment, we'll light a candle and hold space for you here in the sanctuary. And if you're a first-time guest with us today, or new to All Souls, we'd like to say welcome to you as well. And the ushers here right now, we have a gift for you. So if you can please raise your hand and keep your hand up until you get the gift in your hand. Thank you. I see a few there. Welcome. And we'd like to invite you to our meet and greet, the special meet and greet right after the service in the Sonnen Library. That's right outside the sanctuary doors here to your left. And for those online, please consider staying for our coffee hour conversations immediately after the service. And now, if you will, stand, if you're able, for our invocation and our covenant as Reverend Gerald comes.
Well, good morning, church. Yeah, this is indeed a day that God has made. Let us then rejoice in it and be glad. And let us count our many blessings. We are grateful for the capacity to see, hear, feel, and understand. We are grateful for the incredible gift of life, and we are especially grateful for the ties of love which bind us together, giving dignity, meaning, worth, and joy to all our days. Please join me in our covenant. Love is the spirit of this church, and service is its law. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another. Welcome to All Souls, where we love beyond belief.
After the service at Emerson Hall, and we'll make some new friends today and reacquaint with others. Our chalice is being lit today by a wonderful family. Mikey Arthrell is going to be our stewardship chair this year as we raise money for 2025. So we're really glad that Mikey, yes. And we'll hear a little bit from him later. His daughters, Muriel and Simone, are with him, and his mother, Claudia Arthrell. So 3 generations of the Arthrell family. Claudia's done many things in this church, but for me, the most important was she was on the search committee that brought me here almost 25 years ago. Please, thank you.
Let the flame of our chalice place we call our church.
Home.
Beautiful.
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 A place where hearts unite, spirits soar, and hope is rekindled.
May this light guide us in creating a community where everyone belongs
Yes.
and where love and acceptance shine brightly.
So today, am I on? Today, let's come over here. All right. Today, hello. All right. I'm going to go get that mic. Am I not on? Hello. Did we lose everything? We lost everything. The whole scene. All right. I'm going to project my voice and... We will. And the people online, I don't know what's happening with them, but hopefully we'll be back. So today we are going to bless the, there we go. All right. We're going to bless the animals. It's a tradition that's happening all over the world this weekend. It goes back to St. Francis of Assisi from Italy, and we have been doing it here for a number of years. And this is Reverend Nicole's first time to bless the animals with us. And I'm wondering, anyone else here for the first time for a blessing of the animals here at All Souls? All right, we got a number of first timers here. That's great. So who here has a pet? Any pet owners here? Okay, all right. Who are dog owners? I have a dog. All right, we got a lot of dogs. How about cats? Cat owners? I've got a cat. All right, beautiful.
Mine. Okay, here we go. How about a bird or a fish? How about birds?
Birds? Oh.
Wow, okay, fish. All right.
How about anyone have a snake, a lizard, or a frog? All right, we got some.
There we go.
All right.
Guinea pig. Ooh, gerbil. Hamster. Oh, there. We've got the back.
All right, anyone have a rat or a mouse? Some of you might have them in your house. I'm talking about if you as a pet. All right. But we bless even the ones that are in our homes, so not just our pets. We bless all the animals today. How about a horse? Anybody have a horse? Yeah, a few horses. Awesome. Love horses.
I grew up riding horses out in Bixby Jinks. This is great.
Nice.
How about a hermit crab?
Hermit crab?
Oh, that was okay.
No hermit. Oh, one hermit crab.
One
All
hermit
right.
crab.
It died.
A pet spider. A pet spider. I'm sorry for your crab. Okay.
What do we miss? Did we miss any of what? Butterfly? Firefly chickens. All right. 5. What else? What do we miss? Just call it out. Rabbit. Chickens. Pet frog. All right, we remembered frogs. All right. All right.
Well,
someone mentioned that their hermit
over
crab
here.
had died.
Yeah, absolutely. And indeed, this is also for some of us a moment when our heart is sad, when we think about how most of animals live shorter lives than people.
Right.
So they are only with us for a part of our lives. It is really sad when a pet dies.
Mm-hmm.
Who here has had a pet who has died?
Wow.
The whole room.
Yeah.
It's sad because, like people, each pet is special, one of a kind, a part of our family.
And I don't know if you know, but we have a pet memorial space out in our memorial garden that we just dedicated it about a year ago, and people have been bringing some of the ashes of their pets after they've died, and we do a little ceremony out there, and you can put your ashes in. It's just a place of remembrance. We also have a book out there. It's a journal where you can put a picture of your pet after they've died and tell us their name and a little bit about them. And you can look in the journal and read about other people's pets and see pictures. So just remember that if you ever lose a pet.
So today we are going to bless our animals.
Yes.
And we're going to remember those who have blessed us.
Right.
So what does it mean to bless someone? It means to offer them thanks, saying thank you, to wish them well, and to send a prayer to them for the good things, for good things to happen to them, for good health and happiness and peace and fun.
So in a moment, we're going to see pictures. People have sent in pictures of themselves with their pets. And if you didn't this year, I hope you will next year. And we're going to listen to some music and see their pictures. But before that, let us bless all the animals. And you can do this by repeating after me. So, to all the animals, we give thanks.
All the animals, we give thanks.
May only good things shine upon you.
May only good things shine upon you.
May you be safe.
May you be safe.
May you have enough to eat.
May you have enough to eat.
May you know you are appreciated.
May you know you are appreciated.
May you always be cared for.
May you always be cared for.
And always remembered.
And always remember.
Amen.
Amen.
Thank you. Let us see the animals of our members.
hands, everybody. Well, these wonderful people you see here are the children's choir. The children's and youth choir just returned from choir camp. Give it up for choir camp. They had a wonderful time all of yesterday and this morning, and we've been working with Mr. Jeff Porter, who is a renowned percussionist, an arranger, and just a great studier of music and student of music. And he's taught them a couple of Haitian songs, and then the youth choir has something later on that I think is going to make you happy. So these wonderful people are going to present these songs to you now. Would you help me welcome Jeff Porter and the children's choir? Of course, Libby Sublett is the director, and Sam Luria.
All right, I really like the way you all are standing so quietly and still with your listening ears.
Thanks, Mr. Jeff.
My pleasure. All right, let's get it started in here. You all up top, are you all ready to clap? All right, let's do this.
And the youth choir will clap for them, yeah.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
We'd like to release our children, except the children's choir. We'd like to release our children to their classes. There's Miss Shannon. Don't we love Miss Shannon? We love Miss Shannon.
Yeah. Yes. Such a moment of joy when our children sing. Always a moment of joy. In moments of joy and in times of sorrow, we are reminded of the interconnectedness of all things. So let us cherish the support we find here, knowing that shared burdens become lighter and shared joys brighter within our circles of care and compassion. Today we light a candle and extend our heartfelt sympathies to those affected by Hurricane Helene and the many lives impacted by that disaster. Thinking of member Nancy Robbins, the one-year anniversary of her son Christopher Tucker's death. The chancel flowers are in his honor. We light a candle in the acknowledgement that tomorrow will be the one-year anniversary of the attack of Hamas on Israel. We pray for peace. We're delighted to announce the former staff member and lifelong church member Robbie Hausch, who grew up singing in the CCYC, is now in remission from cancer. Light a candle in gratitude for his recovery. And we celebrate the marriage of longtime member Catherine Young, who is now Catherine Patrick, daughter of Kristen Hoffman, who was married yesterday by Marlin. Congratulations to members Amanda Cobb and William Hamilton, who were married on this chancel yesterday by me. And finally, we light a candle for all of our non-human family members. And I invite you now to name aloud someone you wish to be included in this sacred moment. We light a final candle for all the precious names spoken and those unspoken yet remain in our hearts. And if you have lost a loved one over the past year, or this Sunday is the closest to the anniversary of a death of a loved one, I invite you now to stand as you are able for a brief moment of silence before the prayer.
You may be seated. Hear now this prayer. O gracious God, Spirit of life and love, in this place we are celebrating our life together. We are thankful then that we are able to do so. In this place of sanctuary, we can be ourselves and receive the goodness of all of us around us. There's so much to be thankful for, but in this place especially, we are thankful to be heard and seen and accepted. We are thankful that we are able to move about with smiles on our faces because the inside of us is just bursting with goodwill. We are thankful that in this place we can say things to one another that are truthful, knowing that we accept the truth because we know the truth will set us free. And in freedom, we can be ourselves. We are thankful that we can say a prayer to all of our kin across the world and say, you too are included in this sanctuary. You may be millions of miles away, thousands of miles away, hundreds of miles away, but you're in us right here. So we bring you into this place of love and know that you too are welcome. No matter what others may say, think, or do, being ourselves is being loved. And you know you are loved. So we pray this prayer of thankfulness. And in this hour that we will have together, may we continue and leave from here knowing that there is more to come. The best is yet to come. Amen. Blessed be Ashe.
When I breathe in, I breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I breathe out love. Let's sing it together. When I breathe in, I breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I breathe out love. When I breathe in, when I breathe, yes, I breathe in. When I breathe out, I breathe out love. When I breathe in, when I breathe in, I breathe in. When I breathe in, when I breathe in, I breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I breathe out. Before the youth choir sings, let's welcome Mikey Arthurell.
Thank you, everybody. I also want to thank Gerald for that wonderful prayer. It actually kind of reminded me a little bit of what I'd been putting on paper around the like time and space have nothing on our relationships we have here at All Souls. Thinking about Robbie, I don't know the last time I saw him in here, but it's like he's still so much part of our family. Even before coming in today, I had a call from a friend I met actually, and we used to do these rallies when I was a youth at All Souls. Do they still do those? No, those are gone. But I have friends from that. One called me this morning, and I talked to him in years, and it can just be like yesterday. What I wanted to say, so we can get back to you all, is thank you for having me up here as service to the church. All Souls is where I belong. That's where I want to be. That was my best Gerald Davis impersonation. I find comfort knowing that, we transcend time and space here at All Souls. We can walk into these doors for 1,000 different reasons. And we find each other for these remembrances, social action, seeking truth and love. And I'm lucky to have grown up in this space. Worked in the child care as a sexton on my hands and knees, cleaning all the molding on the floor. Just had to make sure that was spiffy. And through all that, I've had many times I've felt lost in the world, and having a place and people that will love you unconditionally is it's actually a surprise. It's not something you get that often. The human experience is full of suffering. A shocking amount of it is self-induced. I even find myself having that negative talk every day. I'm beating myself up for not being better at being husband, father, son. Am I selfish? Did I say what I'm going to do? Did I follow through? Am I being productive? The person I want to be is rarely what I get, but I always get enough. I'm always able to trudge through some days, skip and joy on others. And this community is the constant for me. No matter what's happening, this coming back here and seeing your faces is what, is the kind of brings me back to baseline. And so anyway, anytime I see like Marlin out and any of you, I do feel that belonging. And when I hear those names like Robbie in remission, it's just amazing. It brings me right back to the core. It's All Souls is bigger than a building, basically. It's older than I'll ever be. It's a place you can be unapologetically yourself. Your presence here is actually gift enough for you and me and the rest of the congregation. But it's our annual pledge that makes the magic of this place available to others. Or I could say, in spite of our annual pledge, it is a space for others. Because not all of us are as good at giving as we should be or could be. And so this is a time to talk about that. Since COVID especially, we've doubled down on this place as our home. And my handprints are actually in that westmost RE hallway still. And I think, I was very young at that point, and those are some of the more recent renovations we've done in this church, if I'm not wrong. It's been over 20 years, let's just say that. I'm not going to say how old I am at this point, but it's been a long time. And a lot has changed at this church and in our city. I don't want this place just to be here for nostalgia for me, I want, my commitment to this congregation is to help it improve and be better for the next generation. And so I want you to join me in increasing your pledge this season, because it means that much to me. I hope it means that much to you, that we can leave this and invest and be generous like the families before me, because it wasn't me as a little kid who made that happen. It was the people of this church who thought that I, as a little kid, needed a space like that, and it helped me infinitely growing up. I know things that are tight. Most of us find it difficult to pay more for something it feels like you can get for free, right? We're here, we're all together, but it's not free. We just, you might think your investment doesn't matter is what I'm trying to say, but it does. I have a quote here, I use it a lot, from Gandhi. Whatever you do will be insignificant, but it's very important that you do it. And I add this part because no one else will. Our cumulative gift is the impact on our community and the world. So I thank you for hearing me out, and I hope you join me this season with increasing your pledge, and thank you for being here with me.
Thank you all. Now, a song made really popular by the Fugees. Anybody know the Fugees? Yeah. Jeff worked with the youth choir on this song, and we're going to present it to you. It's about being who you are. Thank you, Mikey. Being proud of who you are, being proud of where you're from. Wyclef Jean and Lauryn Hill. Yeah. The Flappy remix.
It's time to get funky.
Yeah. Hope you're ready for a little rap. Come on.
I got tired of the fat lady, so I love you. If you live by the sword, you will be died by the gun. Cause all guys still like some more girls commit sin. I was doing it to go rap, and now I'm chilling with the few men. Procrastination only came from the capital. I never played a soap opera, but now I'm in general hospital condition. Spiritual. So if I die, catch me in the funeral. I'll fly away. Oh, glory, with the mic in my hand to a lamb. I only got no feet, and that ain't right raps a holy paper. I said I'm looking for Jesus. He said take the escalator one flight up. It's guaranteed he'll be there. My sister be there. My mother be there. So I'm on the east side. When I get a day on Friday, and if you're busy, I wouldn't like to get Saturday. Hey, 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 hey. Round up the posse booty coming around the world. Chiba, yeah. Well, I'm a leaver, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Chiba, yeah. Well, I'm a leaver, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. You want a battle swing? I bring command a man like I was king. And all your trees are like the world, take a CBT. King to the false, so those papers say, I got tired enough that baby, so I sing to my own opera. Cause I love you. If you live by the sword, you will be died by the gun. Cause all guys still lies and more girls commit sin. I was sorted to go red and now I'm chilling with the human men. Procrastination only came from the capital. I never played the soap opera, but now I'm in general hospital. Condition critical, spirit no rules of physical. So if I die, catch me at the funeral. I'll fly away. Oh Lord, with the mic in my hand to a lamb, my only God knows me. And the angels right back to the holy faith. I said I'm looking for Jesus. He said take the escalator, one flight up. It's guaranteed he'll be there. My sister be there. My mother be there. So hey Mona Lisa, could I get a day on Friday? And if you're busy, I wouldn't mind to just Saturday. Hey, 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 hey. Round up your bossy booty coming around your way. I don't love stuff, so I always got my friend. I never had a battle with a bulletproof vest. They call me Clark Pencil, but I still give a chest. I don't wear Jerry curls, cause I'm not from the west. No disrespect to the west, to an E. I rock it to the east to the sea. The sea of the bay fat, yo, she skills and hot tracks. Piece of Mr. Magic, it's getting tragic. Now we on some new stuff, I never get it through. Cause my old man is acting up, I played it on the Philly stuff. What you gonna do? Is you acting cool? Village getting mad. You must go to Lavanhar, cause we be suit. You check the square roots, your rolls, and timid boots. Nah, that's a circus. And all the drama chicks, I got a handful of problems and a handful of flappy roots. I feel the Jones coming down your walk. Got the swing to make it shitty bang, bang, a good bang to bang. The nappy heads went the white. Got the swing to make it shitty bang, bang, a good bang to bang. The nappy heads bang. And Mona Lisa, could I get a date on Friday? And if you're busy, I wouldn't mind to get Saturday. Hey, 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 hey. Round up the bossy Gucci coming around the way. Hey, 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 hey. Clap your heads in the zone and we got it going on.
Give it up, give it up. Give it up for the youth choir. Spitting those words, man. Jeff Porter, everybody, thank you. Jeff Porter. Yes. Thank you, Jeff.
Yes, we're in for such a great year with you all. Thank you. That was so fun. I just love the energy.
That's
that
all
bring
souls
to
for you. Yeah, that's all souls.
And I know you all didn't sleep that much last night because you were at camp. I know how that goes. So my title today is A Place for You. But you might wonder, do I really mean you? Right? People tell you all the time, be yourself. But do they really mean be yourself? Or do they mean be the you who I want you to be? And if we're not careful, we might rise to the low expectations of the people around us. The thing is that you're different from anyone else that has ever existed. Even though we are all the same in 10,001 ways, we are each unique in some way. It does us no good to compare ourselves to other people or to compare our marriage to other people's marriage, in part because you don't know what's really going on in anyone else's marriage, do you? Now, it doesn't help to compare your children with anybody else's children because we're not raising someone else's children. We're raising our own. And our job is to help them become who they're meant to be. But even a successful marriage or raising children begins by becoming the you that you're meant to be. There's always going to be someone out there who's trying to pull you down. There's usually someone who's going to say, who, them? Don't listen to them. I knew them when they were fill in the blank. They may have you frozen in their mind in some moment of your life, or when they probably didn't even really know who you were then either. But here's my point. You being yourself matters. But there's a catch. There's always a catch. People are going to question you. You're doing what? With who? You're going to church? Or you're going to that church? There's always going to be someone trying to make you into who they want you to be. Now, I once heard a nationally known storyteller named Mama Eddie Armstrong from Chicago tell a story about the most famous spider in Africa. Does anyone know the spider's name? Anansi, all right. I thought it'd be a good day when we're blessing the animals to tell a story about an animal. So the Anansi stories originate from the Ashanti people in Ghana in West Africa, and there are lots of Anansi stories. Anansi's a kind of trickster character, a shapeshifter, because he can turn himself into a man and then back into a spider. And a lot of these stories are what are called how-so stories. They're supposed to explain how certain things came to be, why a rabbit has such a short tail, or why snakes don't have arms and legs. The story that I'm going to tell is about how the moon came to be in the sky. As Mama Eddie told it, and I remember it, it goes like this. Once upon a time, Anansi had to go to another village to take care of a little business. When he got there, he hadn't seen these friends for a long time, and so when he was done with his business, he went off with them, and he was shucking and jiving and telling tall tales, and he lost track of time. And suddenly, he looked at his watch. Oh, you didn't know that spiders could wear a watch? Well, this is Mama Eddie's story, and she says it can, so it does. So Anansi looked at his watch and said, oh my goodness, I better get home because I have to walk through the forest and it's going to be so dark that I'm not going to be able to find my way. But remember, this is the story about how the moon came to be in the sky. So at this point, there was no moon glow in the night sky, and so he said goodbye to his friends, and he started walking through the forest, and sure enough, as he went, it became darker and darker and darker. And then, as he was going through the tall grasses and the trees, he thought to himself, oh man, I was running my mouth just a little too long. But just then, he saw a great, big, white ball of light just lying on the ground. And it was just lying there, and it was so beautiful. He said, wow, I wonder what that is. And so he went over and he picked up that ball of light, and he began to walk with it. But it was so blinding and it was so bright that he lost his footing, and so he slipped down into the riverbank and he fell into the water, and as he did, a big old fish came along and swallowed Anansi up. It's the life of a spider, I guess. So there he was, standing inside the belly of this fish, still holding on to that ball of light. And so he looked around at his situation and he said, Lord, if anybody gets me out of the belly of this beast, I'll gladly give them this old ball of light. Well, meanwhile, back at home, his family had become concerned. And this is where I'm going to need your help, all right? His wife's name was Aso. What was his wife's name? Aso. All right, thank you. Now, she said, children, I'm afraid that something must have happened to your father because he's so late coming home. And you know, your father is always home in time for dinner. And one of his daughters stepped forward and said that she thought she noticed something. Now, let me tell you about his children. You're going to have to help me remember their names because there are 3 boys and there are 3 girls. Yes, they had 6 children. They were busy little spiders. And so the first girl's name was Sea Trouble. What was her name? Sea Trouble. Right. And the second girl's name was River Drinker. What was her name? River Drinker. Thank you. And the third girl's name was Cushion. Yeah, like a cushion, you know. And the first boy, his name was Road Builder. What was his name? Great. And the second was Game Skinner. What was it? Thank you. And the third and last boy's name was Stone Thrower. Great. All right. You're all looking like, how am I going to remember all these, right? I know. I love it. I love that you're concentrating so hard. It's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing. So Anansi's wife, whose name was, right, Aso came along and said, children, I think something must have happened to your father. And one of the daughters stepped forward and said, Mama, oh Mama, I think I can sense what was wrong. Now, who do you think that daughter was? Sea Trouble. That's right. Sea Trouble. There you go. She said, Mama, Daddy was coming home through the forest and he fell inside the riverbank. And Mama, a big old fish came along and swallowed up Father. And we have to do something quickly to save his life. So one of the sons stepped forward and said, you know what we need? We need a path to get us down to the river's edge quickly. So who do you think it was that said that? Road Builder, that's right. And so Road Builder took some bricks and he forged a path and off went the spider family down the road. And when they got to the river's edge, everything was so black and all they could do was hear the sound of the water, swish, swish, swish. And that's when one of the daughters stepped forward and she said, there's just too much water here. I've got to just move some of this water out of the way. Who do you think that daughter was? River Drinker. All right, you're good. So she stuck out her tongue, or she stuck her tongue inside that water, and she slurped it all down. And when she was done, she was all filled up, and she went and she sat beside the river, and then one of the sons came up, and he looked out into the now riverbed, but when he looked out into the horizon to where the river would have met the sky, he thought he saw the shadow of a fish jumping up and down, up and down. And he said, aha, I bet that's the fish that's got our father. I'm going to go take my knife and get it out. Who's that son? Game Skinner, all right. So Game Skinner went inside the riverbed and got that fish and struggled with him and got out his knife and he popped out Anansi. And he was still holding that ball of light. And when Anansi walked up the bank, he saw his family and he was so happy to see them, as you can imagine. And he was just about to go and greet everyone when all of a sudden a great big bird came flying out of the sky, swooped down, picked up Anansi and started to fly away. Oh no, one of the other sons came along and he looked up in the sky and he said, I'm going to get that bird. I'm going to get that bird. And who do you think that son was? Stone Thrower. That's right. So Stone Thrower picked up a great big rock and he put it in his slingshot and he pulled it back and peoing, off flew the rock and it knocked that bird on the side of the head and suddenly Anansi started falling, but he was going to hurt himself. But who was the daughter who came to help? Cushion. Cushion came and said, I got him. And Anansi landed gently on her soft belly. Oh, Lord have mercy. When he got up, his legs were understandably a little wobbly. And all 8 of them. And he wobbled over to his family and he said, I am so glad that you came out to help me, but I must say I'm a little bit confused. Because ever since you were small, you argued and you fussed and you fought about your differences. But look at you now. You used your differences as a source of your strength. And with it, you saved my life. And I'm so proud and I'm so grateful. But you know what? I'm still a little bit confused. Because I promised that whoever got me out of this, I'd share this light with them. But You've all helped me out, and now I'm not sure what to do. And so his wife, Aso, said, I'll tell you what, why don't we pray to the sky god and ask him? And so they did. And Anansi looked up and said, Sky God, what should I do? I want to share this light with everybody. And the sky god said, I'll tell you what, since you came to me in your time of need, I'm going to help you out with this one. You take that ball of light and you toss it up to me, and I'll put it in a place where everybody will be able to enjoy the light. So with that, the entire spider family came together, and they began to lift that ball of light up into the sky, where it's been ever since. And that's how we got the moon in the sky. Yes, isn't that great? And now it gives light to everybody. So what does this have to do with you and All Souls? Everything. Everything. We each have something different that we bring. Some are good cooks, some are lawyers, some are business people, some are musicians and poets and teachers and counselors and nurses and gardeners and fence builders and painters and pet sitters and you name it. We have a lot of people who can do all kinds of different things. Some of us have a lot of money and some of us not so much. But our job is to be, your job, I should say, is to be you and to bring all of you here to us. You don't have to be more than who you are. You're just enough and more than enough, just being who you are. But we do ask you to bring all of you, because by doing that, you not only fulfill your life's purpose, but you help save other people's lives. We save lives every time that we keep kids out of jail or off of drugs, or we help them get a decent education or stay in school. We are saving people's lives every day through our feeding ministries and all the different things that we do here in this community. Working together, by all doing our part, we create a great light like the moon that shines on all of us and on our world beyond us. We are heartfelt, passionate people trying to make this world better. We don't always succeed, but we give it all that we have. And the world, we hope is a little better for it. But we know that we are better for it, for even trying. We're better for the simple fact that we believe in the power of the human spirit to heal the world, and that we are willing to try to do our part. Our lives are better for the fact that we believe in and try to create community in a time like this, an inclusive community, a caring community, an intergenerational community. Now, I don't know about you, but for me, just trying and being a part of what we're doing here changes how I feel about myself and how I feel about other people. I get deep satisfaction from being part of a community in these times. People who are taking action rather than standing on the sidelines of some of the most important issues of our times. A lot of people see that there's many problems in our city and in our world, and they think, wow, things are bad. I hope somebody can do something about it. But I find deep satisfaction when I'm teaming up with a diverse group of hopeful people who are trying to be part of transformational change on the most pressing and some of the most thorny issues of our times, on race, on environment, on criminal justice, on education, immigration, reproductive justice, and democracy. And here we get to meet and work with people from all walks of life. And we also get to work with each other's children and grandchildren and the children from our partner schools. All of this helps us maintain our humanity in the midst of everything that's happening. And it makes life exciting and sometimes heartbreaking and always meaningful. And all we're asked to do is be yourself and bring all of you that you can to the table. Since this is the beginning of our 2025 Stewardship Drive, thank you, Mikey, for that fabulous talk. Let me just say that financially, if all you're able to bring to the table is $1 a week or $1,000 a week, and we have people who do both and everything and everywhere in between, it's not a matter of how much you give. It's a matter of if you're giving all that you can. In fact, church is, I think, the most countercultural institution in America. Unlike everywhere else, here you do not get what you pay for. We all pay what we can, and we all get to benefit in the same way. Whether we give $50 or $50,000, we all get the same building, the same choirs, the same choir directors, the same classes, the same caring ministries, programs, 24-hour care teams, memorial services, weddings, this building, everything. And it only works because people give what they can. If everyone pulls their own weight, does their part, we all enjoy the light together. And it amazes me that it works. And we don't even have to scare people and tell them that they're going to go to hell if they don't pay. Where else in life besides church do the children of millionaires go to and hang out with the children of homeless families? And we do it because we know that each one of us is getting something important from the other. And everybody is enough. We are doing something very special, something very important, and I'm glad you're a part of it. And we couldn't do it without you. I love you. Thank you.
Thank you for that inspiring message. I'm going to be thinking about that in these coming days. One of the traditions in our church is to give our plate away to an organization in our community doing good works in the world. We do this as a practice of living our values of love and service. This week's offering is going to the Unitarian Universalist Association Hurricane Helene Disaster Relief. The UUA Disaster Relief is ready to provide assistance to help congregations and their communities recover in the aftermath of disasters. And I know that for many of us, family and friends, and just watching the aftermath of that horrible hurricane is very troubling and moving. To help our finance team ensure that your generosity reaches the right destination, we ask that you please make sure to mark your check or envelope with offering. And for those who are making a pledge payment to All Souls, please clearly mark the check or envelope with church. Thank you for your continued dedication and support. And if you're ready to join as a member of All Souls or want more information about membership, please join us at 12:45 today in our room 203. That's on the second floor at 12:45 today. Also, we've already heard this morning from Reverend Randy, but I just want to emphasize that if you are new or newish to All Souls, you're invited to the Sohan Library just outside the sanctuary, out the doors to the left, just kind of across the way, and for some light refreshments and a chance to connect with our Welcoming Souls team. We look forward to meeting you. And our devoted volunteers are eager to answer questions about All Souls, our history, our programs, and more. And if you are a member, please consider poking your head into the library to greet our guests. This is the place. That's the theme of our stewardship campaign. This is the place. This is the place where our children's choir sang beautifully today. This is the place for beautiful worship. And so much is going on. So in addition to the announcements I'm going to share here in just a moment, please check your order of service. There's so much more at our fabulous website. So this evening, 6 p.m., Affirming Alliance is hosting a special interfaith pride service at Boston Avenue United Methodist. All are invited to gather with folks from diverse faith traditions, including our own senior minister, Reverend Dr. Marlin Lavanhar. It's going to be giving some words there, I believe. So let's gather and uplift and honor our LGBTQIA+ community, offering a space for spiritual connection and solidarity. I want us to also keep in mind that coming up next weekend, we march in the Tulsa Pride Parade. I'm so excited. Next Sunday, October 13th, in the afternoon. So come in the morning, come to church, come and help decorate the float, and then in the afternoon, walk with us in the parade. Staging begins at 2 p.m., and the step-off begins at 4 p.m. Also, garage sale. I have a pile waiting for this. Donate your gently used items and come shop at the church-wide garage sale in Emerson Hall on Saturday, October 26th. Now, listen closely. Donations can be dropped off on Friday, October 25th, the day before. Proceeds support our All Souls Youth Department. Come on and help us out for that. And for more events, again, this is the place. Check out our website, check out your order of service. We now gratefully receive our offering for the Unitarian Universalist Association's Hurricane Helene Disaster Relief.
Fabulous. Wow. I just love it. Today we heard the pipe organ and rap music and songs from Haiti. It was great having Jeff Porter and the children youth choir kicking off a new church year with us. So excited to have you all here. Thank you, Pastor David Smith, for everything you've done. And here's the one thing I want to ask from all of you. I love all the applause. That's wonderful. But here's what you can do for me, for all of us, is in Emerson Hall. Stop in Emerson Hall before you leave, and there are your pledge card, your envelope that has your pledge card for 2025. We're not asking for money today. We're just asking, what are you going to be able to do in the coming year, 2025? Because we're creating a budget for the church, and we want to budget, with what we have. So what you can do today is go pick up your pledge card. You'll save us probably almost 300 envelopes and stamps and all that stuff, or at least the stamps. So thank you for that. And if you can fill it out and turn it in today, that you get an extra bonus, A+ with extra credit, gold star, all that stuff. But at least pick it up, all right, before you go. I really appreciate it. There'll be an Emerson Hall. We have refreshments, a bookstore, and all kinds of other things. Welcome to those who are here for the first time. What a great day it has been, and I hope you have a wonderful week. Go and be blessed and be a blessing. Amen.